advice for future MTMers, clear your schedule for at least the first month. Figure out a schedule that works for you and make it happen. As soon as you're able to get your hands on the materials and start reading them, get in and get going. Have a goal of what you want to get out of the program going into it. If I hadn't had the goal of wanting to figure out a way to ride my bike and turn it into a living without being a pro rider, I probably would not have gotten nearly as much out of the program than knowing that I had an opportunity to explore a lot of different business options.
You know, any advice that I think that I would give an MTM student coming in right now would be just to work as hard as you can, learn as much as you can in 9 months, ask questions, and then also when you do grow into an industry, the hard work doesn't stop. You know, it's going to be a pretty long road. You know, it's not, you don't graduate with a master's degree and all of a sudden, like, you know, a cool job is handed to you on a silver platter. You're gonna have to put a lot of hard work in. But I think that enables people to grow, and you can use your stuff that you learn in MTM to grow in really any industry that you want.
I think the MTM program does provide you with relevant knowledge just because it gives you a really good foundation of knowledge about the tourism industry and where it's kind of heading in the future. So I think that's going to be really helpful as we all move forward on our career paths.
I think the MTM program does provide you with relevant knowledge for going forward, and in particular provides you with a well-rounded, wide knowledge base, which is really useful. There's so many different sort of facets to the tourism industry now that I think we're learning about and we're becoming aware about. So it's important to kind of get that wide-ranging, variety of courses, which is really useful because even if there's topics that you're not interested in long term, they're still useful to know about and be able to kind of converse about, I guess, going forward. So that's really good preparation. And I think the topics that they do cover are all really, looking at the tourism industry going forward, what are the key areas? It's not just about how do you run a hotel, how do you run a restaurant. That's included and that's important, but there's that focus on, okay, what's the tourism industry's role in society, in a community? How does it impact in a nation? What are the considerations that need to be made? How do you then communicate with those different stakeholders? How do you understand what drives them? So I think that's the key thing that it gives you and prepares you with for going into the working world.
You have to be open to not really knowing what that benefit is going to be going into it, and being open to realizing it part of the way through, like, oh, not what I expected, but this is going to be very valuable. Or don't be afraid to ask if something's not fitting quite right within the program. Get on it, figure out what it is that's not fitting right, see what the options are to do something different. It's an academic setting, there's a lot of flexibility. Like, yes, there's a core that we all have to have coming out of it, but there's a lot of flexibility within that core to make sure that you're getting what you need out of it.